welcome to another awesome episode of Ghosted. I'm Chris.
And I'm Paige.
And today we have our first returning guest. I'm telling you, he got dragged to hell in his first episode, which was 6 times ago, but that's fine. The hell of bad landlords and shit that sucks. Frisko Vega.
What up, y'all? I had them do all that bullshit earlier in the day this time now, so we're good to go. And I'm not going to be rudely interrupted.
Luckily for us, we decided to do that after 4 p.m. because showing houses suck. But that's cool.
And I would be remiss if I didn't address the lovely lady.
Oh, yes. It's a couples episode
that's
today.
That's what I was just going to say. It's a couples episode.
This is the Argentleman couples episode. I don't know because Eric isn't present, so I'm not gonna use that yet. But this is a couples episode, and my lovely girlfriend Madeline is here.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo! Oh, perfect. Well,
and we're ready to get fucking spooky, man.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, today is the perfect opportunity to get fucking spooky. Let me tell you, because I think we have some user submitted stories coming in.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna be anonymous and spooktacular.
Yes, the first one is anonymous, and then the second one, I'm pretty sure isn't.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we have full permission to use names.
Okay, yeah,
etc. But the first one,
I'll use hella names. But wait. So,
okay, hold on.
Before we get into that, today what we're gonna do is another panel of some super spooky ghost stories, and we're gonna react to them because we feel like we haven't done one in a little bit.
Yeah,
and they're super fun.
It is. I think the last time was when you were last on, Vince. So I think it's the last time that we told stories.
Yeah, told any user stories or anything.
So there we go. So, like I said, the
All
first.
right. I'm ready to roll.
Cool.
Perfect. All right. So, okay. I always get nervous when I have to read. Oh, woosah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the first one comes from another couple.
Oh.
So, like, full on brand today. This is what they said. My husband and I recently moved into a very old apartment in northern Italy. While we have been unable to retrieve much information about the exact age and history of the building we occupy, we know that the neighborhood itself has existed since the 15th century. Like many medieval cities, this one was ravaged by the plague. Everywhere you turn, you can see the significance the plague had in the city's art, culture, and identity.
Oh my God. So, first off, so this place is from the 1600s. Holy crap. That's so damn old.
That is some extra spooky shit in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they are plagued with the Black Death, the most despair-filled time of. They call it the Dark Ages because it was dark.
It'd be dark.
These ghosts must be pissed.
Something that old has just been fermenting in evil for like many millennia, and maybe that's the wrong word to use. I don't know.
Centuries.
Centuries. There we go.
There it is.
Many centuries.
To the point that it's still such like a staple in its culture today. So,
yeah, that's just a recipe for some extra spooky shit going on over there.
Accurate. Okay. Indeed. Even our home is a bit medieval. Our building sits right in the center of the city, and like many of the surrounding buildings, ours is made of stone. Very little light comes into our apartment as a consequence of all the towering buildings surrounding ours. So our home is full of shadows, and it's always a bit chilly.
I already don't like that. Continue.
If it weren't for the occasional car that drives by, you would think that nothing has changed in our neighborhood in 600 years. Week 1, the room next door. My husband and I moved into our new home in August. Before getting our keys and settling in, the man who helped us relocate, we'll call him Mr. F, took us aside and warned us that sometimes when people move to a new home or new city, they undergo a, quote, psychological reaction. Feelings of frustration, sadness, and even anxiety can overwhelm new residents and make them feel hopeless.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a little intense. Thanks, Mr. F.
Mr. F.
Mr. F. This is just some random man that just approached them, like, or was like helping them move, and was just like, "Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
Everyone gets really sad when you move.
Yeah, I guess he was the one who helped arrange the move from the States to here or from here to Italy. So
Okay.
From here to there, wherever here
wherever,
may be.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
My husband and I have moved around a lot, so we laughed and tried reassuring Mr. F that we were no strangers to culture shock or the challenges of relocating. Mr. F was very firm in trying to tell us, no, this is something different.
No, Mr. F. Fuck you.
Damn. Mr. F was right about a few things. There certainly have been frustrating encounters with bureaucracy and immigration, but we've worked hard to make our new home feel warm and inviting, even though the rest of the building feels desolate and oftentimes isolating. Despite being only 4 stories with 1 apartment per floor, we rarely see our neighbors. It's odd, because we hear them all of the time, but we never see them. Yeah, no thanks on that. For instance, we learned while putting our names on our mailbox that there is an archdeacon that lives on the top floor, but we've never seen him emerge from his apartment. We can also hear children running around upstairs at odd hours of the day, but we've yet to encounter any children besides 1 baby and its mother. Having aloof neighbors certainly isn't the strangest thing we've encountered so far. The room next door is.
Oh, man.
I appreciate how they write this out. It really gives me the chills.
Yeah. But, so you say you got 1 archdeacon, so he ain't got no one there. So that's Italy, so the Vatican's around there too. So he sometimes even travels to the Vatican. I'm not going to make any connection here, but I'm just saying that's... Hearing
I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that
at all. Hearing people running around and things like that.
Well, as we go on, my husband and I live on the ground floor, and next to our apartment is a small door. For the longest time, we could not figure out what it led to.
Like a micro door?
I guess. Does not specify. We never saw people go in.
My apologies.
No problem. I was like, wait, I'm sorry. Where am I? For the longest time, we could not figure out what it led to. We never saw people go in or out of it, and the shutters and windows to it are always sealed shut. One afternoon while walking back home after grocery shopping, we noticed that the shutters and the windows to the mystery room were wide open. My husband is 6'4", so I egged him on into peering in. After taking a quick look, he turned back to me with a perplexed look on his face. So, what's in there? I asked. It's odd. There's furniture arranged for a living setup, so it's not storage. There's a table, chairs around it, like it's already ready for a meal to be placed, but everything looks dusty, like it hasn't been lived in for years. The walls are covered in religious...
Iconography?
Iconography, thank you for saying that. The walls are covered in religious... Say it again.
Iconography.
Iconography. Whoops.
Okay, yeah.
Every inch of that...
Statues and shit, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like
probably
crucifixes
on the
or
wall
something.
Probably, yeah.
Nothing more welcome into a house than a bloody Jesus nailed to a cross.
Jesus. Oh my God.
You know, I've got one in my house. I know what it's about.
You already know.
It's like the welcome mat.
Oh my God.
All
right. Anyways, every inch of that room has some type of cross or picture of Mary on it. It's just odd. The shutters and windows to that room haven't been opened since, and my husband and I have brushed it off as just a part of the building that hasn't been renovated yet. The city is old, and there's bound to be a few buildings with untouched rooms. My husband and I joke about it from time to time, but we can't help but wonder what is in that room. During our first week, my husband and I quickly learned to be careful with our windows. Not just for privacy reasons, we've caught the neighbor across the street peering in on a number of occasions. But,
what?
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, no thank you.
I think her whole building's haunted.
It might be. But also because sound travels in old stone cities like this one. One afternoon while working in my office, I heard what sounded like a woman gasp. Before I could even leave the room to investigate, my husband came running in to ask if I was okay. He thought I had hurt myself, and we quickly realized we heard the same distressed woman. We ran to an open window to see if there was a woman below who needed help, but no one was there. Much like the room next door, we keep our windows shut now.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. No. First of all, that room downstairs with the micro door, that's an exorcism house. There's no way.
Well, they're on the ground floor.
That's a Hellgate. I'm
Probably.
telling you right now.
That's why
There's
all
a
that
room
stuff's
in
there. Only reason.
No,
The only reason it looked like a room is because he was looking at it. He didn't go inside. If he went inside, all of that furniture was going to go.
Oh,
and then
hell no.
Hell, nope.
And it was just going to be over for him. And that's it.
Oh, God. Oh, no, thank you.
No fucking thanks.
Okay. Week 3, sleep paralysis. Oh, God. All in all,
This is a recurring theme on this show.
it really is. It truly is.
It truly is. Every episode, one singular time.
It came up in our first anonymous
Episode
one
as
too.
well.
Yeah. So bump. So week 3. All in all, our first week moving in went relatively well. There were a few stressful moments during the move that resulted in several restless nights with odd and even a few terrifying dreams. Our first night was particularly hard. In the middle of the night, I woke up unable to move. I knew right away that it was sleep paralysis, as I've had it before. I scanned the room in an attempt to gain a sense of my surroundings. That was a mistake. Standing at the foot of my bed was a small, childlike figure. I tried screaming, but nothing came out. I laid there, absolutely frozen, desperately struggling to regain control of my body. I'm trying to regain control of my mouth. What the hell? I can't speak. I'm losing it. Finally, with hot tears streaming down my face, I was able to muster my husband's name. He woke up and asked what was wrong. I whispered back, "There's something in the room." Seeing nothing, he reassured me that it was just a nightmare and to close my eyes and go back to sleep. I stayed up for a little while after that with the sheets drawn over my head, despite being exhausted and wanting to go back to sleep. I could not wash away the absolute feeling of dread that had come over me. I had never been terrified of the dark, not even as a child. I know that what happened was just sleep paralysis. It is embarrassing to admit, but after that night, I now leave a light on in the hallway before I go to bed. I never needed to do that before, but the thought of waking up again in the dark terrifies me now.
So when I think of a ghost kid, I think of the one from The Ring. Who's
Oh,
all
God.
pale with the dark hair and basically like black and white.
Ugh.
I would hate.
That's not a good sight.
That is, yeah, I would sleep
No,
with
thanks.
my light on too and my blanket right over my head because that is the worst. The worst. A ghost kid ran into their well,
Yeah, I would have just been a little bit more forward thinking and not moved into 16th century. Because I can almost tell you that is just a petri dish of spoopiness and evil.
are you saying you didn't want to find out what the Black Death was about, though?
No, no,
It's
I
got
wanna
so much
know-
history.
you know what? If it's on a Wikipedia page, I'll read it. If you got an article somewhere, I'll read that. Got some interesting documentaries. I'll watch them. You don't need to go live it.
Oh my God.
Why would I want to go live the Black Plague, man? That's like
But I mean, you could get those really
we're
cool
already
bird
living
masks.
it now. I don't need to move to Italy for it.
I mean, sure, we're already living in it. You don't need to go somewhere that's already been through it
Maybe
and now going through it again.
Maybe the ghosts are all spooked out because they've got some virus problems going on. They're like, I remember this. I've been there, guys.
It's like PTSD. It's like, no, not again. Get the mask. Pocket full of posies. Ooh.
Oh, the big like.
Yeah, that is. I have no idea. I've never encountered a ghost child. I assume I would probably die of fright if I do. And
Yes.
I'm just actively trying to avoid encountering one in any way, shape, or form.
So we're gonna cut out all 16th century destinations.
Yeah, it's in Italy.
Yeah, it's in Italy. I would have crossed my line over there. They have so much more history than we do. They probably have had demon children running around up in their buildings for, centuries upon centuries.
Truth.
You right?
Because it's Italia.
See, I'd be really upset if I saw like a ghost plague doctor. That would make me shit my spine out.
That's a problem.
It's a ghost
That's a big
plague doctor.
problem.
I understand.
Oh my God.
See, here's the thing. A ghost child is completely unpredictable. A ghost plague doctor might just be a plague doctor that's just trying to give you some medical advice.
So he's trying to
Truth.
come closer to you. That's the worst part. At least that child was running around playing with its ghost cars and
Unless
stuff.
it was a demon pretending to be a child to lure you in.
Stop that right now. Stop that.
I'm just
I think
saying.
we've sidetracked the story enough. I'd like to see what happens. Is that the end of our Italian couple, or is there?
Oh
more?
no! Oh, there's more.
Oh God. Okay. Go
Week
ahead.
6, The Dark.
They've been there. Okay, so it's been a month now, month and a half.
Well, they've been there since August, and it's
Shit.
now October. So
Okay.
So, week 6, The Dark. My husband and I have developed a routine and have really adjusted to our new home. We've made friends and enjoy our work. We feel a lot more comfortable in our new home and community. A few nights ago, I thought my husband and I were even being presented an opportunity to finally get to know our neighbors. My husband came home one night to find a bag of chocolates and a note outside our door. The note was in Italian, and after a quick translation, it turned out to be an apology from our neighbors saying they were so sorry for throwing such a loud party the previous night. I thought it was odd.
Oh.
COVID regulations preventing indoor gatherings aside, my husband and I did not hear a thing the previous night. I thought that responding to this letter would be a great way to introduce ourselves and promptly wrote back that it was fine and we appreciated the chocolates. I also wrapped up a small bag of cookies to accompany the note. While the signatories of the letter had left their names, they did not leave an apartment number, so I asked my husband to help me figure out which apartment was theirs.
Okay.
All right. We first checked the mailboxes downstairs, but couldn't find their names listed anywhere. Then we decided to work our way upstairs and see if we could locate their apartment. My husband was hesitant. We had been living here 6 weeks and have never gone past our floor. Despite going all the way to the top floor, we were unable to find their room. So we just decided to head back downstairs. Just as we decided to head back downstairs, the lights in the building went off. My husband and I were plunged into absolute darkness. We had both left our phones in our apartment, leaving us without any source of light. The thing about old European buildings is that hallway lights are usually on a timer. We unfortunately lost track of time while searching for this mystery apartment, and as a result, we are now trapped in the dark.
Oh my God.
No, thank you. I have vertigo, and I find it hard even in broad daylight to go going down the stairs. So I did the only thing I could think of. I sat down, clung to the railing, and slowly started feeling my way with my hands and feet down each step. It took a few minutes before my husband, who was only a few steps in front of me, was finally able to find a light switch. We raced back down the stairs and left the cookies and a note near the mailboxes. Before entering the apartment, I joked that what just happened would be the scene in a horror movie where something crawls behind us in the stairs.
Oh.
My husband simply rolled his eyes and said we should get ready for bed. That night, I woke up abruptly to the sensation of something like a small, cold hand grabbing my foot. The sensation was enough to wake me up, and I immediately turned to my husband, thinking that his foot most likely brushed up against mine. He was on his side, facing away from me with his feet dangling off the bed.
Oh no.
As a skeptic, I think that maybe his foot just brushed up against mine and was cold enough to shock me. But there is a part of me that regrets making that joke about something following us in now. And that is the end of our Italy stories.
Jesus.
I think they knew what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah, I would agree.
So,
Well, as a couple of skeptics, though, I feel like that's kind of funny that they're like, let's move to Italy. Let's do what we got to do for work.
man.
And
See, that sounds great. I want to move to Italy, but then all the history.
I love it.
She presented it with the okay, this is what happened, but like it could have also been this thing. But I mean, I think that's for real. I think that's. I think the longer they stay there, I think there may be some more things that they could contribute story-wise that are going to happen.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Is this someone that you know, like personally, or have direct contact with at all?
Yep. This is someone we know. So I'm very grateful that they wrote in. They're like, oh yeah, we thought we should tell you this. I was like, thanks.
I have a strong feeling that they will have even better stories or scarier stories. So maybe not better, but scarier stories moving forward.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
really
locked down
do.
in a foreign country. That sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah, working from home in this old building.
I also didn't realize that this was all happening right now too.
Yeah, it's all current.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that's even oof.
Yeah. So when I opened up my email and saw that, I was like, this is amazing.
More content.
Content. But even just I love hearing.
I like hearing the stories.
I personally didn't realize they moved to Italy. Like, I didn't realize they moved out of the States. So I was like, oh my gosh, congratulations. But also like, what? What do you mean?
Oh, man.
Oh,
That was
Hey, sounds terrifying, and I would never be able to handle that.
so they're like ghost kids from the plague. We've got neighbors who don't exist who are dropping ghost chocolates at our door.
yeah, random parties that we don't hear. A scary room that is never opened again.
It's only been opened once. That's.
Yeah, neighbors across the street peering in.
Are we sure that the whole building even exists? It sounds like
Oh,
it might just be a
no.
barrage. They might have moved into a ghost.
Maybe the whole building is a Hellgate.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It might be.
It's one big ghost.
I'll check in on them in a few weeks, make sure they're still there. You guys there? You good?
I hope you give me updates as they give you updates then, because I want to know.
Absolutely.
I'll let you know
I will
about
keep
Mr.
everyone and Mr. F. I'll keep everybody updated. Y'all, I'll keep people listening updated. We will get to the bottom of this as I poke the table.
And I hope if there is a Hellgate next to their place of residence, I hope that it doesn't suck them in. And I hope that the remainder of their lease is as peaceful as possible. And yeah.
Agreed. We wish you well. Good luck on the move and work and COVID in a different country, because wild.
Please don't get sucked into the hell sinkhole that you may have next door.
I have no idea who I'm speaking to, but please don't fall into the Hellgate.
Please don't. That's all we ask. Oh, gosh. And now I'm bringing up our next story.
Okay.
So this one comes from our new friend at Bearded Geek 19 on Twitter, Legendary Geek Outs podcast, Eric.
Okay.
So
Eric,
I think we found each other on Twitter for the podcast, and like we like everyone was getting tagged. Like, it's really cool on Twitter because podcast people support podcast people. Like, we get, like, I mean, I've never seen like a more tight knit like group of supportive people. It's awesome. We get tagged in like these like follow, like people will be like, oh, I need a podcast, like randomly, just like someone suggest it, and then we'll get tagged in like 80 tweets being like this, like Ghosted podcast and these podcasts and Eric's podcast. I'm like, yes, people, thank you. So we actually connected over that, and he sent us a story.
Ooh, my favorite gift.
And it's about the Devil's Tramping Ground.
Okay, wait a second. Right, so is this like a devil-run strip club?
Oh my God.
No, this is a piece of land in the woods that is like a circle that grows nothing. No grass, no shrubs, nothing. It's just like a cleared out circle that is surrounded by woods. But like nothing grows in it, and weird shit happens at night. There's a whole Wikipedia page. I've heard it on different like paranormal shows, people talking about this, and it's the first person I've ever met that's been there.
Okay, lay it on me, because I am skeptical as all hell.
Let me see where. Okay. The Devil's Tramping Ground. Nothing spectacular to look at, and in fact, just looking at it, it's just a basic camp clearing in the woods. But upon further inspection, you notice that there is no grass, no leaves, no sticks, or acorns in the center. Back in 2006, I just turned 21, and me and my fellow dumbass friends decided to drive 3 hours to see this place. We all heard stories of the strange shit happening out there, but young and dumb us said, fuck it. I feel that.
Yeah, well, I've done it many times. Just, fuck it.
We still had light when we got there, and we set up to hang out after the sun went down. So we built a fire, not directly in the circle because we're not about to accidentally open up a portal to hell. And just hung out.
They knew.
See, at least they
knew.
Oh, I see. I already got something in the name of this episode is going to be opening the Hellgate, something like that.
Yeah, 100%. Around 11:13 p.m., we started hearing the strange sounds, low, deep growling coming from all around us, and got a little creeped out. But we debunked it as an animal. It is the woods, after all.
True.
Fair.
We should have listened to our original instincts, though, and got the fuck out. But no, we would have failed that Darwinism real quick.
They're getting Darwin awards.
One of the rumors was that if you left something in the circle of the dirt overnight, the next day it would be thrown out to the other side of the clearing. So we left a cooler in the middle. We
Yeah, let's do that.
we like, here's some beer. We started getting tired around 12:30 a.m. and decided to crash out. Shortly after we settled into our tents, shit went 0 to 100 quick. I suddenly felt sick as a goddamn dog. I rushed out of the tent and started vomiting. One of my friends did the same. Our other friends came out to check on us, and that's when the shadows started. We were all too busy trying to compose ourselves from being sick and freaking out over the shadows. We didn't notice the cooler was no longer in the circle, but rather thrown next to our tents. One friend said, maybe an animal moved it, to which we all replied, in 5 fucking minutes of being there. The growling came back, but closer, almost like from within the circle. So we ran back to the car, left all of our shit, and never went back. About 3/4 of a mile down the road, the sickness subsided, and it was like nothing had ever happened. I would consider going back, but I have a family now, and I consider those events to be a warning, so fuck that.
Are you saying that he might have come down with the sickness?
Oh my god. So yeah.
You know,
You son of a bitch. Oh my god.
I wish they brought a Geiger counter.
You broke my brain, dog.
The only reason is because that sounds similar to what's in like Siberia, where they would do like nuclear testing and stuff like that.
Where all the that's not where
no,
those...
the Datlov trail.
Yeah.
Not similar, but there are like rings of place where stuff doesn't grow because it's just so damn irradiated. But at the same time, if you go to Kazakhstan, they also have places that are going like 14 Ronkin, 15 Ronkin, that have tons of shit like living on it and stuff. So I'm not 100% sure.
Gotcha.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah.
3.5 Ronkin is bad. 14, that's like getting... They said 3 Ronkin is like getting 100 chest x-rays in succession. So I could only imagine.
Ugh.
But that would explain radiation sickness, vomiting quickly, you know?
Oh, okay.
That's why...
But it's weird that only 2 of them experienced it and the rest didn't.
You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that.
But yeah, I've heard about this place. Many people have the same. It's you start seeing shadows and hearing growling and demonic voices, and no one's ever. I don't think anyone's ever stayed the night like without an experience.
Hellgate.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like...
You want to know why no one's ever stayed the night? Because when shit starts to get weird, they either leave or they get dragged into the Hellgate.
Truth.
Well, those guys left their stuff there, so like...
Yeah, they left everything. They're just like, bye.
We should go camping there with their stuff.
As if it's never been touched, if it's still there.
Well,
this was
apparently
2006.
you could go back during the middle of the day and go grip their shit.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it probably got demon curses on it, and you don't want to bring that.
I don't want to
here.
bring that home.
No, the demons were like, we got another set of camping gear. Like, they were plotting. They're like, ooh, that's a nice cooler. Let's just like toss it.
Yeah, that's
Like, oh man.
It's a numbers game. Eventually, they're going to have so many lawn chairs, they'll be able to sell them at half price.
They're gonna fill the circle.
Well, I think what really is a demon just comes along and says this circle and grabs the fucking cooler. You threw that shit, and I don't know what happens after that though, because I don't know what makes people start vomiting.
Out of nowhere.
I assume you hear the growl of some hellhounds.
Something.
The demons were trying to sesh, and they're like, "No mortals allowed."
I'm bringing up the Wikipedia page right now. It's in Bear Creek, North Carolina.
Okay.
It's a camping spot located in the forest near Harper's Crossroads area in Bear Creek, North Carolina. It has been the subject of persistent local legends and lore, which frequently allege that the devil tramps and haunts a barren circle of ground which nothing is supposed to grow. It has frequently been noted on the list of unusual place
He throws his
names.
shit around in that circle like twerking.
Oh my god.
He just tramps around it every time, and the hooves are what made it. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my god.
I hate you so much.
Oh, let's see. The lore. The tales about the ring are well known in local communities. These include disappearance of objects left within the ring overnight, dogs yipping and howling, not wanting to go near it, and strange events occurring to those brave enough to spend the night within the boundaries. It has been alleged that nothing has grown within the 40 foot ring for hundreds of years. Legend says that this is a very place the devil himself can rise from the depths of fiery hell and come to earth. It is at this place that the devil is supposed to walk in circles on certain nights and bring his evil into this world.
Of all places, North Carolina, the devil wants to tramp around in one 40-foot spot. So
Yep.
North Carolina was his... He was like, Myrtle Beach... Oh, that's South Carolina. Damn.
I believe it. I would definitely believe it. Are you kidding me?
Greensboro, baby.
John...
It's a territorial thing, man. I mean, everybody... humans are the same way. Why do you think everyone is like, hey, get off my property? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
That is the devil's property. And if anybody's got the goddamn nerve to come set up shop and hang out on his property for a night,
Literally the
then you
goddamn
don't have to
nerve.
go get up and get.
Come on, get.
It's an anti-mortal circle.
Oh my God, right? John William Hardin, 1903 to 1985, of Greensboro, North Carolina, journalist, newspaper editor, author, and advisor to North Carolina governors and textile executives, had this to say of the devil's tramping ground. Chatham natives say the devil goes there to walk in circles as he thinks up new means of causing trouble for humanity. There are sometimes during the dark of night the majesty of the underworld of evil silently tramps around that bare circle, thinking, plotting, planning against good in behalf of the wrong. That's fun.
I'll believe it.
Ooh, apparently it's been... Oh, in pop culture, the Devil's Tramping Ground is mentioned in 2 horror novels by Poppy Z. Bright, Lost Souls and Drawing Blood. Both the novels take place, at least in part, in the fictional North Carolina city of Missing Mile, the inspiration for which is taken from Duncan and Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Athens, Georgia.
Interesting.
And that's what the wiki says.
Cool.
I'd go. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if I'd go.
I don't think I'd stay overnight. Like, there's no... I'm too much...
I'm
I
not
can't.
dealing with that at all, even. I'm not...
I would be interested in hearing a story of someone that did stay in the circle overnight.
Right. See, like,
they puked themselves dehydrated and died. They shriveled up like a mushroom.
I don't know. I want to put something in the circle. I want to see if we get it back or not.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I don't know if I would. I think the that dude's description of it is pretty antiquated. I don't think it is. That's the specific ground where the devil just paces in place to plot his evils against humanity. I would believe that it's like if the devil were to ever crawl up from hell and he came up from there, I'd be like, all right, makes sense.
Yeah. The woods in North Carolina. Nothing's growing
You know,
here.
the woods in North Carolina, nothing grows there. Could just be the home of a demon. Not necessarily the devil. Maybe just a devil.
Yeah.
Devil, not the devil.
Or maybe it's specifically one very powerful forest demon that's been around for very, very long. But
Maybe they're like...
that's what I'd settle on that. I'd say it's a demon. I don't think it's the devil. I don't think it's like that. And I don't think there even is a top dog devil. But that's a discussion.
I will call this a haunting for sure.
Yeah.
Do I know what is haunting it? Absolutely not. Do I think that I want to go there? Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Do I think you're going to drag me there? Yeah.
Me? Yeah. Oh, 100%. 1,000%. I'm just like, Dukes, we're going on a road trip. Get in the car.
And I'm going to blame you for getting me dragged to hell.
That's fine.
It's cool.
It's
cool.
okay.
Man.
Listen, yeah, at one point you're going to get dragged to hell at some point.
Everyone gets it once.
At least once.
See, here's the thing. You could either be dragged to hell or you could willingly just take the highway.
A little drunk. Yeah.
Oh, we're canceled.
Oh, no.
Canceling it now.
Oh,
yep. 15
no.
episodes. Been real cool.
Damn.
Great.
Well, we tried.
You mad? You mad?
You mad? True. He is mad.
Oh.
It hurts.
It does hurt. It hurts. I feel my spirit leaving my body. This is the first episode of
See,
Ghosted.
I told you you're getting dragged to hell at some point.
Having our first real ghost on air.
Oh my god. But yeah, so those were our submissions for today.
Those were some fire ass submissions.
Right?
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
Where do I want to?
I kind of want to hear some more Hellgate stories now that we're already on it.
Where do we find more Hellgates? Google Hellgate.
Google Hellgate?
No. I can't.
Where are any of my...
We do have more user submission stories, but I don't think they've.
We do?
Oh, never mind. I lied. Recall that. That was a falsehood.
I was like, I didn't know we did. I was excited.
Yeah, I can't believe that there's a place that just happens to throw shit out of that circle. What if it's just like really strong magnets? That's a whole nother situation.
Some scientists just went out into the woods and just installed some very powerful magnets in the ground.
One
And
big, you know
got
those
a little
circle
cut in
magnets?
the mud and please ignore the man behind the curtain.
I'm trying to see.
I feel like there's probably a lot of places that are similar to that throughout the globe that are just not as prevalent.
Yeah.
And I feel like if anything, it's like, maybe somebody died there mad long ago and like some dude's body is buried, 100 feet deep because of how, the
sediment build up and
so everything shifts and whatnot. So could be some dude was murdered out in the woods in the 1500s, someone like a native or whatever to the land and whatnot.
And he was like, fuck this spot in particular.
There forever. And he's just like, man, fuck this spot specifically. And his corpse has just been there and he's just been dealing with the fact that, hey, I got murdered here. I got unfinished business. But no one came and found him. And instead, he's just made it everybody else who's showed up to that specific spot's problem for like 600 years.
Damn. Yeah, I could believe that. I definitely could. Seth, definitely someone.
A bunch of spots that are similar to that. What happens in another 500 years? They're going to be like, is that one going to be twice the size, and there's going to be like 20 of those across the world?
A big old like 80-foot circle.
Oh my
Is
God.
that how the apocalypse actually comes? Slowly but surely, little dead spots just grow up.
Yes, that's yes.
Until
I'm gonna say
hell
yes.
itself just manifests on this earth.
I hate it, but yeah, I think so.
But yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
That sounds exactly right. Really.
I was trying to see if we had any more. I did have. Ooh,
oh
sorry.
God, why?
I'm sorry. I had one person, but I don't know where the story wound up.
Well, that's okay.
It's
I'm sure
buried.
We've got
because it was a Reddit thing that was sent to
We
us.
can flip out any in between audio time. So if you got to take some time to find a story.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's already been like 40 minutes, so
Yeah, if we can't find anything and you guys just want to properly wrap it up instead of us just stalling.
Welcome to the Stalling Show. This is Chris stalling.
This is Vince also stalling. You gotta hold the note out so you take more time and stall a little.
I'm bad at stalling. I can't. I always
say.
Say.
One key trick to stalling is you really stretch out your and your words.
Man,
trying to say it takes so much more time.
Oh my
but the problem is everybody listening just gets so uncomfortable.
Okay, so I didn't find what I was looking for. I'm just completely like, okay, I haven't found it. But I have heard, it just made me think of something, fairy circles. Have you guys heard of fairy circles?
No.
I have not.
So they're circular patches of...
You're going to have to brush me up on it. It sounds familiar. What is a fairy circle?
So a fairy circle are circular patches of land barren of plants, anywhere from 2 to 15 meters in diameter. And apparently you're supposed to or you're not supposed, I don't think you're supposed to step in them. I think it's bad. I'm looking at it right now. Let's see.
Oh, please don't advertise people to go step in these circles.
Don't do it. Whatever you don't do it.
So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to North Carolina there, and I'm going to go to Panera, order a salad, and I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to get that my salad tossed.
Oh my God.
You went so far out of the way for that. Oh my god.
No, man, I went to Panera. It was like 10 minutes the other way.
What?
Don't encourage his bullshit.
I just literally just my brain stopped working. I was just I what? But no, but like fairy circles, apparently that they're like the barren circles, like kind of like the one in North Carolina, and then also I've heard there's like a ring of mushrooms that'll be in a circle. It's called the fairy circle, and if you leave a gift, the fairies will protect you, or if you like mess with it, they'll attack you or something like that. I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. But it made me think of that.
Huh.
Interesting.
I'm not about that.
I would say it could be. I think those are.
Oh no.
They dragged him to hell. It always happens.
Oh, Vince, your
Full
Wi-Fi.
circle.
Oh fuck no! Wait.
Oh god, they brought him back.
me?
Thank God.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
The
cool.
fairy said,
Okay.
"Nah, we don't need him."
I think that though what's in North Carolina is just a severe case of whatever causes fairy circles. You know, everyone's always going to have their different explanation of it. I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to prove what causes them. Some may say fairies, some may say demons, some may say ghosts. Some may say, hey, dude, that's just how agriculture works.
I mean,
True.
True.
The agriculture nerds can go fuck themselves. I like to think that it's all, you know, whether you call it fairies, ghosts, or demons, or whatever. I like to think it's all the same singular supernatural entity, and that people will perceive them in different ways of what they are.
Oh yeah.
And that I think it could just be like a cursed spot, and that some type of spirit or creature of some other type of world was present in that area, and they have possessed that area.
They laid
And
their
if it's
claim,
you know,
they're like mine.
a small spot is a small spot, you know, it's whatever. Dude may have taken up, dude or woman or whoever, they may have taken up their spot whenever. And I think that this one in North Carolina is just like the kingpin of them all.
The
I
king
guess.
spot.
No, I'm with that.
Spot of all spots, and like it could be that maybe that's how Rapture really comes to Earth, and that it could just be slowly but surely little pieces of the
Earth gets
Earth's-
liver spots.
Yeah, really. Just like die and become possessed until there's no vegetation left.
Ugh.
Ooh, zombie Earth.
Well, it's like the devil tree. It was said for a really long time not to grow anything on it. It was just a burnt up, charred, leafless
And that was a
tree.
lie.
When we went there, well, I've seen pictures of it from previous years. Like it was not cute looking, but now it finally has growth on it. So I don't know what happened there, but
Maybe
a
some.
lot of
Ooh, hold up. Can you explain what the devil tree looks like then?
so it's literally on a corner, like in a residential neighborhood on a main, like on this like little back road that curves. It's on a bend, and at first we didn't even know it was the devil's tree because it's like has leaves again. It's like a fully like a big tree on the corner.
Yeah.
You like walk up
Yeah.
a slight incline, and you can tell it's the tree because there's like
Like chicken wire.
chicken
and,
wire around it.
like some type of fencing, like wrapped around it.
Yeah, and it has a lot of carvings in it. That's the only way we were able to tell what it was. But before that, there used to be like nothing growing around it
No
at all.
vegetation.
It's on
maybe.
the edge of a park.
Okay.
And so like when we first pulled up, we had to like turn around because we're like, is this it? Like what the fuck is this?
Yeah, we actually had to make a
We're-
U-turn.
Yeah, we were like, wait, no, this has to be it. Like we're pulling up pictures on Google and stuff. And we're like, no, I think that's
Comparing
it.
it to the tree.
Yeah, I'm like looking at it, looking at the phone, looking at it. But it's actually we should all go. It's not scary, I promise.
Okay.
Like we can go during the day.
Yeah, it just
Like-
looks like a tree.
Yeah, it just looks like a tree, but it's really cool. Like we got, I mean, the only weird thing that happened was I got like a few steps away from the tree and my heart rate spiked from like 90 to like 145, 155.
Wow.
And when I stepped back, it went back to normal. That's the only weird thing. And I wasn't nervous. I was like, it's a tree. I love trees. Like, I am a tree. When I die, my ashes are going to be planted in a tree. Like, I will be a lemon tree. So, like, I wasn't afraid. And then, like, our friend Tom, he started getting really, like, uneasy feeling. He had to walk to the car because he felt sick. And then his girlfriend, Kate, too, she was just like, I feel off.
And I went and fucked off somewhere else.
Chris just disappeared behind the tree. He went away, lost in the woods somewhere, as he does. As Yeti mans do.
Chris is a Yeti, so Chris is unaffected by any demon trees.
Accurate. Very accurate. Well, actually, you got scared yesterday, so.
Yeah.
We talked about this last podcast, but some sort of spirit ran across my yard last night while he was outside with the dog.
Yeah, man. I was just like, what's that back there? Oh, no. And then I was like, oh, wait, there's nothing there. What the fuck? It was, yeah.
And y'all see my backyard. It's closed off. You can't, unless you come through the front gate.
Yeah.
This was over where the big white trailer is. So, like, no one's getting back there, except for Mr. Chu when he climbs under.
Mr. Chu. Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It wasn't good.
Shit.
Yeah.
So, wow. Because what I was going to say at first is, like, wait, was it growing, like, leaves and whatnot when you approached it and had all these weird...
Yeah, so that was the weird thing. We couldn't recognize it at first because we thought it was supposed to be completely barren, like with no vegetation around it, but it was completely covered, like it was covered like a normal tree.
Huh.
So we were like, what? We're like, wait a second. That doesn't make sense.
You didn't feel anything?
Crit? What?
What?
Did you feel anything, like, off when you were around the tree?
Well, I said I was going to lick it, and then I thought about it, and I was like, I don't really want to lick the tree.
Oh, yeah, because, like, part of the thing is that you're not supposed to touch the tree, because if you touch the tree in any way,
Bad
then you'll
things
get into a
happen.
bad accident and die.
Yeah, I read it up as you were saying, and so I saw that too. So I saw that also if you make a disparaging remark about the tree, close to the tree, it can also happen to you. So if you're driving past it, and you try to go, stupid tree, you can't hurt me, and then your car's gonna break.
Yeah, and you're on windy roads up there. Like
Yeah.
I work up that way, and there's some winding roads. It's like the mid base of a mountain. So.
Gotcha. Huh.
So I could definitely see someone rounding that corner and crashing easily.
So we should definitely go back and antagonize that tree.
No, we'll not antagonize it, but we can go and see it. Like I'll bring our equipment.
Okay, that's fun. I'm down.
Like
to
if
climb.
anything, it's a fun little road trip.
It's a nice little ride.
Yeah.
It's a nice little ride, and
Yeah, I don't know how you'd explain that though. I'm trying to think of. I guess maybe someone like got like stabbed on the side of the road or some shit and just like bled out up against the tree.
if I remember correctly, someone was hung from it, something like that.
That'll do it.
I would do it too.
It could have been that tree or another tree. There's so many trees, so many stories. But I think the gates of hell are. Don't pet me. I think the gates of hell are up that way too. So like we could always go take a little look-see-loo.
The thing about the gates of hell, you don't want to go take a look-see-loo at the gates.
Yeah, that's not on my
Listen,
agenda.
I mean, I just want to take a picture. I don't know.
look-see-loo.
I'm not gonna go through the gates. I'm not gonna go into the tunnels.
Is that when you look into the gates of hell look back into you. And then it's
That's
over.
fine. It's fine. I just want to be like.
Yeah, seriously.
Even if you're physically removed, the gates of hell will always know you.
That's
know where you
fine.
You.
It's okay.
You.
Listen, we have a paranormal podcast. We're gonna have to deal with it.
I guess you're right.
Spooky Saturdays, my guys.
But here's the thing.
It's Sunday.
Kristen Page can have Ghosted without hosting the gates of hell as a guest.
I mean, but that would be a pretty great guess.
Yo, fire. We're going to host the Gates of Hell on our next podcast. So
Stay
down.
tuned. I mean, we already had the Gentleman Psychic, aka Mr. Satan. So shout out Richard Lillard, the Gentleman Psychic on all social medias. Go follow.
Did he open the gates of hell in your podcast studio, though?
No, he's a lovely, true gentleman.
Yeah, actually.
That's why you have guests like him and not the goddamn gates of hell.
Listen,
I'm gonna talk
it's
to
okay.
the gates of hell's people, and they're gonna talk to my people,
Which is me. I'm his people, so they'll call me.
and we'll discuss some things. All right? We'll get.
Cool.
I'm just
So,
picturing big iron gates walking through the door.
We'll let the do it sideways. or
Yeah,
diagonal.
turn, pivot. Okay.
So let me ask you this yet then. How are you going to send me the audio for render if you open the gates of hell and you fall inside of it before you have any chance to save?
You won't.
Listen, they'll want the publicity. They'll send it to you for us. It's okay.
You'll be like, "Where's the episode?" And I'll be like,
I'd be like, as they drag me down, be like, don't forget to send the episode.
"It's in the Dropbox." I didn't do it last
man.
night.
All right,
Don't
well then
forget
I
the
look
room
forward
tone.
to it. If that's the case, then it was nice being friends with you guys.
It's always been a pleasure. Oh my god, I can't. Oh, on that note, I think we're good.
I think we're Gucci.
This was a good episode. Woo!
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me back.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
Do and experience a full episode and not just an abbreviated. I'm here
20
for 20
minutes.
minutes. Gotta go.
Oh shit! I've got
yeah.
things going on. Bye.
Yes, please, both of you, come back any and every time. I'll read you more stories from our listeners.
Oh
Yep.
yes.
I'm always ready to read and always ready to listen and always ready to yell about the gates of hell and other assorted paranormal things.
Perfect. We always need
Perfect.
someone to yell and hype it up.
Yes. Exactly. And Vince, where can we find your ramblings on the gates of hell and other things you like to scream about?
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter and on YouTube's.
Oh,
with-
you got YouTube.
Well, no, not on my YouTube. On me personally, you can find on Twitter and Instagram. Frisko.Vega on Instagram, Frisko_Vega on Twitter. I honestly don't know why I had them mixed up like that because it would have been so much easier to have the same.
Ah, yeah.
I think someone stole Frisko_Vega on Instagram, and I had no choice but to go with
We
the
coming for you.
whatever it was, that's how it is. That, or you could look up Argento Studios on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and most importantly, YouTube. We do every and anything. That's not entirely true. But we make a lot of media.
We
make
sure
a lot
do
of,
make a lot of
videos.
content.
We make a lot of content, you know. Ghosted is part of the Argento family.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, pull the curtain off that one.
We have music. We have video game shows. We got
Paranormal
shows,
podcasts.
shows, and we got plenty of other things. So tune in, subscribe, and listen. So we got a lot of entertainment coming your way.
They got all the goods.
Ooh.
All the goods.
And what are we on?
We are GWCP_podcast on Twitter and Ghosted WCP on the Instagrams. And if you would like to be a part of our show,
Yes.
tell us your personal experiences, whether it be in person, on Zoom, writing in, anonymous or not, Ghosted with Kristen Page at gmail.com. Everything with correct spellings will be in the description wherever you're listening to this. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. You can find us on Google Play, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Podbean. There's that Stitcher. We've got them all.
We got them all, baby. And wait, Madeline, is there any, do you want to shout out anything?
Social media sucks.
That's fine. I'll promote that too.
Social media
Fuck it.
sucks ass. Delete Facebook.
Do it now.
My Facebook. I haven't been on Instagram in forever, and I don't want anyone to friend me on Snapchat.
Perfect.
Keep it to myself.
And that's the energy we love.
Yes. Let's go be hermits.
I mean, I'm down. I'm going to go watch 1,000,000 episodes of the Great British Baking Show. So,
All right, my friends. Thank you so much for having
thanks
us.
for
you
coming
so much.
on. Stay spooky, my friends.
Of course.